Hello, it's Kim. It is the 3rd of March, which seems insane to me. I don't know, I lost a week or something. It was a brilliant week though. So thank you everyone that wished me a happy birthday. I really appreciate it. I totally had all my notifications on like don't tell anybody about my birthday because I get like 2000 and I try to be very personal and like thank everyone, and if I didn't get to you I am so sorry, but thank you very much. Had a marvelous time. I don't know if I've ever felt so restored to heal before. I don't know if it's like playing with it, like a 2.5-year-old, or if it's like being with the person that you love and playing with a 2.5-year-old and seeing like a different side and like being different yourself. It was great. It's great. If you're on the Tarot Lyceum, you totally saw, Jay trying to like blow out my candles for the second time. Uh it would have been like 5 times. He liked it when I got the um uh the candles that don't like stop lighting. They just kept going. So that was like the birthday. He's like, yeah, Kim was there for that. These just kept going out. What can I say? But I had a marvelous, marvelous time. I needed it. Yeah, I know how you don't know what you need, sort of like in life, and like I needed that rest. And it was almost like a wake-up call. Like my work wasn't as important as I was making it out to be. And that's not to say it's not important, but like connection is just as important. I found out. Like I found out how lonely I am. Like I have the internet, like thank goodness, right? I'm an only child taken care of, um another only child. My mother is an only child, so there's not a lot of family around. And my dad's like family scattered. So like we were on the phone, but that's not the same. So yeah, um, I I have to thank you for being my family. And then I have to admit that I was finally like part of a family for like a little bit. And I'm like, "Oh, don't take it away from me." So time will tell. Time will tell. This is the Folklore Tarot. I look on that because I just bought it. Okay, I just bought it, and it's Rowan Orton's. I saw folklore. Everyone sort of likes folklore in my circles, and I'm like, why not? The other one is a Sacred Earth Oracle. I couldn't pass up that. Oh, especially with like a star and Beltane coming, all the colors. So this was like, oh yes, you know, here at least winter is over, and not that I spent winter inside. I've been in my car the whole time, right? You know this. But now I'm like, it's beautiful. I have to be out in it. Um, my knee is hurting. So if you see me go, oh, it means that I crossed my legs, and which I do because I'm like that. I don't know. It might be a stim sort of thing. And so I overextended it on the slide. I was gonna help Jay up, you know, the slide. So I had gone up the steps. He decided not to go up the steps. So I turned around and went back. And I'm not used to the shoes I was wearing. They're not shoes that should be in the mud. They're sort of like dress shoes-ish because I have a skirt on at all times. So, it's well, they're a little fancier than they should be. I'm not used to just even the slightest heel. I slipped, overextended my knee. So if you see me go, it means I crossed my leg. So, okay, we're gonna start with the folklore. All right, let me get this to the which one did we get? All right. I have to make sure I do it right. All right, this is the King of Pentacles. Now it is inverted. I'm gonna put it upright though, for a second. Okay. And this is the Minotaur. So that's the back. Can you believe that? I like these. I don't know. It's harder to see because they have, the black card. But like there's something else. Now only the court cards, and then I didn't pull any, but I assume the large court cards and then also the major arcana are the ones that have like the folklore. because I did like the minor arcana, and we pulled several of those, and they're sort of like give like 3 words instead of, you know, mm, like a whole little like tale, okay? So, we know the Minotaur. So it was reversed. So they're saying it's greed, indulgence, and self-obsession. And I have a hard time seeing that as something that we necessarily do. I mean, like, we can be self-obsessed. I mean, like, I was hyper obsessed about work because I wanted to do so well, right? Have to have something to prove. So I think this is more about trying to prove something to yourself or to others, but like in a like sort of like a self-harming negative way. Cause like I ran myself down, right? And I was just like, oh my gosh. I mean, what is this? This is actually like sleep without stress. I'm like, what's this? But now I feel guilty that I am not working that much. My friends are working far more. They have regular, 40-hour jobs. I I work, you know, the entire time, right? I work all the time, but somehow being a writer, it's just it feels different than the gent doing, taxes. And I feel guilt. And I think we might be feeling this collectively, not just Kim, but like, like, am I doing enough? And I would say the answer is yes. Yes, because upright is stability, um, leadership and prosperity. And I think there's prosperity, but I think that there's a detriment. There's something that, is not it should not be money prosperity, right? Maybe we need that connection like I was talking about with myself. I needed that family, the found family. And needed that sort of thing. Okay. Now it says I do have to read this because like I said, it's a new deck. As a symbol of strength, power, and fertility, the bull has long been associated with the King of Pentacles. Though there are several examples of bull-headed gods and creatures throughout folklore, the most widely known is the Minotaur from Greek mythology. He was a fearsome creature who lived in the center of a labyrinth. The hero Theseus was able to defeat the creature, and with the help of Princess Ariadne, did not become trapped in the maze. She gave him a ball of string to unravel as he went in, so he could follow it on his way back. We sometimes walk through life like we're in the labyrinth, not knowing what awaits us around the next corner, and often feeling lost and confused. But if we can find something important to us, we can hold on to it like a string, have it lead us in the right direction. And I think that that is probably sound wisdom. Find a passion, let it lead you. Writing has led me to various places that I never thought it would take me. I was always like, I'm going to write a book. There's so much more community, so much more everything. And then that leads to something else, and that leads to something else. I'm still holding on to that writing because, like, it's like what I started with, sort of like part of my identity. But I'm still able to go beyond it, get past that self-obsession. Although, let me tell you, if you're in social media, you have to be a little self-obsessed. But we try to spread it around. Um, so if you need like a boost in algorithms, I help. Okay. All right. Our next one. Got a lot of pentacles. I randomly pulled them too. The Eight of Pentacles. All right. Now this is like one that, like I said, it doesn't really have like a story behind it. There's no folklore that they give. It's just we got it upright, so it's duty, training, skill, improvement, craftsmanship. Like that's what like they say. So I think that we move from that energy probably as the week goes on, or if you're watching this later on, maybe it's not even just a week. It could be a day, it could be a year. I mean, this is pretty timeless, and uh, time is fluid and different for everyone. So I don't want to be like, let's timestamp it, at 9:54, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I sorry, I have like a hard time with Roman numerals. So the Eight of Pentacles are flowers or whatever you want to hear. Just sort of like thinking of it as it's on its journey to the 10. The 10 is sort of like completion, sort of like holding on to everything. And like, this is like when we're almost there, we're getting towards being a master. All right. If you're thinking about the, I would say the main, minor arcana, but the court cards, sort of like the page going into the king. Like you sort of have that. See, I see that as an image as a writer, a little bit easier. So you have the 8 going to the 10, the page going to the king. There's this building. Okay. So we are building ourselves. All right. Or rebuilding ourselves. I mean, like, this is the time of year for rebirth. So it's something to think about. Now, I'm just going with the pentacles in order. And I didn't get them all completely in this order, but I think it tells a story. And I think that the story is more necessary than, on Thursday, blah, 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 blah. Because I didn't pick days, I picked energies. Now, this is the Six of Pentacles. They call it generosity, satisfaction, sharing. And that is like a perfect sort of thing that happens, like, even though it's a 6 and it's like supposed to happen in the cycle before, if we are on our way to mastery, I get it. If we're on our way to mastery and then we are sharing it, sort of like teaching it, right? Giving it to the world, bringing it to fruition, manifestation. Okay, so I think it all leads in. And we're sort of going backwards through the cycles. And this is the King of Cups. Okay, see if you can get it. We got him upright, balanced, control, stability. See if I can say the word. The Kappa, Kappa, is an aquatic creature from traditional Japanese folklore. They are small humanoids with green skin, a beak, and a turtle shell. Often portrayed as tricksters, their behavior can range from a playful to malevolent. In some stories, they're even known to attack or try to drown those who trespass in their rivers. Now, we've had this sort of spirit before, and I think it was actually Celtic. I think it was a fairy. And it's the same idea of like this, like drowning and like bringing people down. And I haven't figured out exactly what like that symbolism is to us. Except the only thing I can think of is that we are like hanging on for our lives and dragging someone down as we are trying to live. Not in a bad way, but in like in a self-preserving way. Maybe a little codependency way. So just that's just for some people, not for everyone. I mean, like, I can grab on. When I am nervous, um, when I am doubtful, when I want to share happiness and joy, something great happened, I will latch on like nothing else. And it is overwhelming and it scares people. I've lost a lot of people that way. Um, it's true. So let's take that as just like a slight like caution. Because it is in here that it's like, oh, you can drown people. These tales show the importance of respecting the boundaries of others so as not to create conflict. On top of their heads, they have a depression or a dish filled with water. When they are on land, they must be extremely careful not to spill out the water, or they will lose their power. The Kappa shows us the importance of balance and control. I also think that water itself is really important. It doesn't matter what time of year you're watching this, or if you're Kim, my medication dries me out completely, totally, and awfully, and find myself dehydrated a lot and like almost died. Legit when I had like I don't even know if it was stomach virus or what it was, but I lost all of my water, gone, all of it in my body pretty much. And I know I nearly died. And that was a few months ago, and I'm still recovering. And I have salt, this special salt in my water. And I have the hydro, stuff from Drip Drop and every brand, from Gatorade on. And I'm like, yeah, gotta have those electrolytes, baby. So make sure you drink your water. Make sure you also have your electrolytes because you can wash them out really easily. Lesson from Archaeology 101. Why is Kim such a bitch? Could it be that she is cursing because she has not had enough water. Perhaps, maybe I should have looked at, like the side effects a little closer. But I've been on all the medication for like 12 years. And I was like, well, I know this stuff. And I just read the thing, and you're not supposed to be in the sun at all. And I was like, I was just in the sun for like days at a time. I signed up for 11 days in between May and June. Yes. So, anyway, all that to say, drink your water. Drink your water, man. Okay. We got these in a little bit different order. All right. And this is the Sacred Earth Oracle. This is the guidebook. Beautiful. All right. So this seems to be the most important card to me. It keeps coming back to me and back to me, and I keep flipping through it first. This is core. A choice reveals what is at the heart of an action or situation. The closer you get to the truth, the hotter the reaction. Offset external pressures by seeking inner calm. Wealth, relationships, joy, family, independence, status, control. Choose wisely. You have your heart to answer to. Shallow compliments or an aversion or meaningful dialogue is a red flag. So be authentic. Go into yourself. Know yourself. That's the most difficult thing I found. I'm an empath, so I know everybody else. What about me? What are my wants? What are my needs? I just started journaling with questions. Usually I write poetry, and I might journal like what happened in the day, or like I have my archaeology notes and that sort of stuff. But I have not been answering some of these questions, like shadow work questions or whatever, like, what do you really want with your life? And, how are you going to get there? What's most important to you? What's most important to you in a relationship? I'm like, not in a relationship, really. I don't know. What is most important to me? Well, we have lots of different types of relationships, right? So does it have to be romantic? Maybe. So I write that down, and I write, and like I'm learning about myself. And I think that sometimes we need to know what is at our core. What are our like limits? What are you not willing to do? What am I not willing to do? They're different for different people. What we struggle with, sometimes they're the same struggles. Sometimes they're the same struggles, but the individual parts are different. Like we have the overall word, an abstraction, and then underneath we have all these different things, like let's say me, I struggle with bipolar, right? Then under that is medication, and under that is I just had my dad paid 1,500 for a 30-day supply of Latuda, and under that is it looks like my oh, I don't know what they called it. It went through my appeal. My doctor talked to them, and it looks like it's back up to $11. So I don't have to spend a lot, and I can still be on the medication that works. It's not a death sentence. And these are things that are highly individual. And yet a lot of people have experienced them. And it taught me about friendship, the online friendship as well, very much so. I wouldn't have been able to do it without everybody. And like, what's at my core? What's most important to me? Well, I have to keep my mental health going so that I can do this, so I can do this, so I can do this, right? So we have to keep ourselves and our best selves, right? As do what we need to do. I didn't understand what self-care was. I admit it. Self-care. Okay, I'll take a bath. All right, whatever. I didn't realize that it was just as important because it frees you. Like, I feel lighter. Spent an entire week, 6 bath bombs. I dyed the tub pink in the hotel room. But, like, I do feel lighter. I'm like, yeah, man, I should do this more often. I should sleep. That's this of the core. Okay. And then stuff that we all struggle with, I'm sure. Now, this is the spiritual meaning. That was the earthly meaning that I gave. And I haven't read these. And they're brand new. I just opened them. So please, I am going to be reading them. The center of existence, the center of the universe, the center of your being is everywhere. The center has no fixed address. Every blade of grass, every grain of sand, every starburst, every particle of you is the center. You are the rise and fall of a wave in the cosmic ocean, never to be repeated, unable to be grasped, yet infinite, eternal, and omnipresent. That's something to I would repeat if it wasn't going to take so long. Like, pause, pull that back, and let it play again because, man. All right. And then this is the insight. Reaching the center of the earth would mean tunneling over 6,000 kilometers through the layers of soil, rock, molten metal, solid iron, where the heat may be hotter than the surface of the sun. Any craft journeying to Earth's core would need to withstand temperatures of over 5,000 degrees Celsius and bear the weight of approximately 3.6 million atmospheres. That's about 334,000 TONNES of pressure. At the center, the pressure equalizes and there is a weightlessness. When the external pressure becomes too much, go within and seek the light at your center. Humanity has never come close to reaching our planet's core, but observing Earth's magnetic field, seismic activity, and gravitational pull gives scientists a sense of what it is made of. They say you can never really know someone, but you can get the strong sense of what their heart is made of by observing their interactions with the world around them. And that goes back to my my birthday story of being different myself, playing with a child, along with, seeing my companion also very much different than what I like, usually so serious, so stoic. I swear, philosophy majors. Stoicism, right? Stoicism. I can't even say it. And then he's giggling just like the toddler. And like that is how we learn about each other and ourselves even on a deeper level. Okay. And that's, like I said, that was like my main, like the core was the main message. This is ready but waiting. Gosh, she's beautiful. All right, the earthly meaning, there is no rush. Bide your time and be ready to act. Observe and build your stores of knowledge, energy, and resources. Resist being goaded to act before you are ready. You have not missed your chance. Now, I think that is the most important message. You have not missed your chance. Now, I listen to tarot as I drive, and I got that twice in two different people's readings. They're not related to at all, on YouTube. So, so I feel like that is a big message, not just for me, but wait until you're ready and you have not missed your chance. Prepare and be poised for opportunity. Confidence is being certain of success. It is being prepared for its best shot. And I would like to say that success doesn't mean the first time. Okay? It doesn't mean like for me, it doesn't mean I send out my book and I get back, oh, I got it the first time, or I got it the first time, or maybe revisions have to be made or something, right? That doesn't mean that I wasn't prepared for success. It doesn't mean I didn't go, this is going to happen. It just depends on timing and how it happens. And maybe a little bit more work needs to be done. It's no problem. It's spiritual meaning. You're protected by a higher power, and that is why everything seems to have come to a standstill. It is said that there is a time, reason, and season for everything under heaven. And this is true. When the time is right, all things will progress easily. For now, patience is needed. The time is coming closer. And I don't know about you guys, but for like winter, I felt so mm, blocked in some ways. Now, it wasn't like I was waiting. My dad's knee, blah, 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 blah. It didn't feel well. I still don't feel well, actually. I went back to the house. I'm still allergic. And so it's about waiting. It's difficult, but something's coming. Like we can all feel it. I mean, if nothing else, the answer is spring. Mm. Rediscovery. This was actually our last one that I pulled, but now apparently it was supposed to be three. Earthly meaning, withdrawal to the security of loved ones, stumbling or triggering a memory, stories told in safety, creative space, a message from the past for the future. Your body remembers, listen to its story. Deep pain is transformed into wisdom and understanding, an inheritance, legacy, or heirloom. Having access to the tools and knowledge you need, be gentle with who you were and strong with who you will become. And that's brilliant. Isn't that a brilliant message to come right after this waiting card? This is this like becoming card. Except it's not just becoming, it's rediscovery, right? We were there all along. We just were stuck in our past. I also got that, by the way, guys, twice. So those tarot readers, they just know Kim. I think the collective as well. If you're feeling lost, confused, or asking what life is all about, then it may be the perfect time to consult your original self, the one you keep hidden while growing up and supposedly wiser around it. The sweet, loving, innocent you is not lost. Deep down, you're still that person. The original you exists outside of time, safe, and awaiting rediscovery. And that's very true. I do want to point out that this can be very triggering. For those of us who have a very damaged inner child, Kim, um, just be gentle. If you are trying to go within and trying to feel it out, and find your core, well, you might find some pain too. So just ease into it and be aware. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. And our final card, funny enough, is clarity. Sudden clarity amid adversity, acute awareness of yourself and your circumstances, finding unexpected strength and wisdom in a crisis, realizing the limits of a situation. Pressure cannot make diamonds from coal. Challenging a misconception or calling out a false promise. Isolate and develop an idea, talent, or goal to excellence without external influence. Trusting you will have what it takes when it matters. All right, so this is all sort of related, sort of going in. It matches the folklore tarot, right? This we're waiting, pausing, teaching, and then fruition. Spiritual meaning. All soon clears, heals, and is resolved. Peace ascends within you like a glorious bud opening to the surface. Realization comes in a dazzling flash, and you will see the world, and your soul is blessed as they truly are. Follow love to the peaceful space inside your heart, your power center from which all is possible and all is available. I think that's a brilliant way to end. Have your inner child, your inner knowing. This is all about going into the self so that we can go forward, right? And it's perfect for this season. That's the end of winter and for the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, going into fall. It's still a good time. Liminal, about to go into the next phase. Sort of like this, take a deep breath and onward. All right. So this week, this month, we are going onward. And I wish everyone well. Thank you again. I find that in telling my stories, I find such beauty with everyone else. And I feel amazing after these readings that I've told everything about myself. But thank you deeply and humbly. And please reach out if you ever need anything. Take care. Be well. So it is.